All right, so let's do part 2 of this. That was just the one row in the last video, and so I'm going to do this part now of the second row. Again, I think that when we get to the end, this is, we showed a few in the first video. I'm pretty sure that's going to be the stuff that they showed me in the listing of like, hey, here's the value stuff, and the rest is kind of whatever. So we're just going to keep rolling on and see how she goes. All right. Love seeing the Chronicle stuff. I love the variety. Oh, look at that. Dark card right away. Any stuff like that, any of the Four Horsemen sets, I will definitely pull right away. I doubt I'm going to see any Arabian Nights, but, oh, Red Elemental Blasts, 4th edition. Beat up, for sure, damage, but hey, you know what? This is the fun part about collections again. God, the old art is insane. 6th edition, 5th edition, revised. Wall of Earth. Wall of Earth, very nice. Bird Maiden, 5th edition, originally from Arabian Nights. Red Elemental Blast, revised. Very nice. LP, good shape right there. This is the fun part with these collections, again, because you can go into anything and kind of basically say, like, oh, I can buy... Oh, Kobolds at Kirk Heap. That's a sweet one right there. That's great for, like, a token use. But you can look at, like, you know, any listings and see, like, the stuff they show you that's easy to know about. But really, it's you have to dissect the listing and kind of ask questions to the seller and really figure out if it's like a picked collection or if it's maybe has an opportunity for some value inside. Because that's, again, where it is. I know pretty much for a fact that, the reason I paid so much is because I saw that much value in the listing already. And so I think it's actually going to be more based on the other things plus whatever this is. But already this bulk is very, very pickable. And I was just thinking, I haven't seen any unlimited cards. I haven't seen that yet. Hopefully we do. Flame Spirit. I want to see some more foils too, though. We got 2 so far. That's off-center, that printing. And what's going to be fun too is like later when I go scan it, like literally card by card, I'm sure I'm going to find a lot of other smalls that I'm missing now, but that's okay. Revised Scald. A lot of duplication for some of these, but it's like different versions too. Rain of Salt. Classic Fireball. Look at that. That's awesome. Great art. Blaze. Volcanic Hammer. Oh, I remember these arts from back in the day, man. So sweet. Lava Axe. Very cool arts. Portal was a very, very cool thing back in the day to like get people started, and it's hard to find them now, especially sealed. They're expensive. Bloodlust, Atogs. And nothing really there. Okay. You know, I'll just put these back in here. So they're definitely sorted by color, like pretty much for the most part. So I don't think we've gotten to artifacts or lands yet, which is going to be cool. God, I love the Art of Fire Elemental. That's so... Hey, I just said unlimited cards. Look at that. Wall of Fire. Unlimited. Great condition. That's uncommon, actually, too. So that's great. In the bulk. That's awesome. Again, it's probably worth like $1 or something like that. But honestly, it doesn't belong in bulk. That's for damn sure. Tempest stuff. Oh, Earthbind. The old forbidden art. I'll take it, though. That's cool. Oh, look at that. Lightning bolts. If you're finding lightning bolts in the bulk, that's a good sign. Awesome. All good, small, pickable stuff. This is exactly what I'm looking for with these collections, to find that kind of stuff. You're not going to find, like, I'm sure I'm not going to find, like, Lion's Eye Diamonds in here. But lightning bolts, counter spells, all that kind of shit, it's good in here. I played that card a lot when I was a kid. Fire Imp, more Portal stuff. Yeah, Mirage... The thing is like, if it was an actual collection that was never even touched from the 90s, you probably would see a lot of, like, Lion's Eye Diamonds and dual lands in the bulk. But nowadays, people know that, like, those are obviously the low-hanging fruit and easy to find. Let's see. But this is a weird one, too, because, like, there were some good... I mean, there's clearly rares in here, and there's definitely some that are worth a few bucks more. Keldon Warlord, that's a rare. Actually, that might be an uncommon. I'm pulling it either way. And not much for the red cards so far. Okay. Still looking for... Wait, let me put this back in the box. Still looking for more foils. I'm sure there'll be a few more. We found 2 already. All right, 10th edition. Foreign white-bordered Earthquake. I know that's a rare. Not expensive, but still, it's a rare, and it's 4 and white border, still pretty cool. We get giants, goblin grenades, goblin grenades, goblin grenades. We'll take those. I feel like that's a rare. I know it's not worth anything either way, but I think I'm going to pull that either way. Apocalypse stuff, kites, goblin balloon brigades, classic cards, man. No more earthbinds. The forbidden art. We'll take them. Goblin digging team for the dark. Nice. Portal, raging goblin. Art, best art in those, man. More earth binds coming up. Dark cards. Nice. Sure again. Oh, I see another. Okay, I see a foil poking up back there. Nice. It's like they're in there. They're not very many, but they're in there. Goblin shrines. Goblin caves. Definitely bulk old cards, but it's cool. Let's see. We got Lorwyn stuff. We are returning to Lorwyn next year, which I'm actually really excited about. They better do the art right. Tarfires. Elemental Warriors. Smoke Braiders. Don't think anything big there. Harbinger. That's a good pull. That's a good uncommon right there for Lorwyn. Okay, that's nice. I'm pretty sure. Acolytes. Sear Blades. What else we got here? What else we got here? Classic. Oh yeah, we got a foil coming. Looks like it's a foil common. Again, I think I'm saying unglued. I'm pretty sure it's unglued. Goblin Bookie. Foil common from Invasion. God, those are nice. Again, the foiling is like not clouded at all. It's beautiful. Really nice. Shivan Emissary. Maybe LP because a couple little scuffs there, but nothing crazy. Double deal. Spark Fiend. Look at the card. All writing, no art. That's cool. Okay, I'm putting that one aside. Ricochet. Keldon Warlord. I don't know. I'm pulling that. I'll pull the Aladdin too. I don't think it's worth anything, but either way. All right. So 3 foils now we've seen. Looks like we're probably going to end the red soon against the whites. White Ward, that's an uncommon. COPs. Stronghold stuff. COP artifacts. Mercadian masks. Nope, nothing here yet. Homeland stuff, that's kind of cool. Afterlife, Mercadian masks. No, strongholds. Oh, onto some revised. Okay, let's see. Portal. The wards are all uncommons, but nothing big there. Still, I love the arts. It's still pretty cool to find that kind of stuff. In the wild like this, you know what I mean? Word is actually a little bit pickable. I see Sphere of Grace. Good variety of sets, though. Absolutely awesome variety of sets. There's a rare. Delaying Shield from Odyssey. Okay, we'll pull that. Keldon Warlord. Again, I think it's uncommon. I'm going to pull either way. Classic Hill Giants. Another reprinted Hill Giant. Glyph of Destruction. I pulled a few of the glyphs in the DMU packs, the collector packs. I know they're commons, but they're cool. No value, but it's an old card, so we'll take them. Torch Runners, Bogarts, Tar Pitchers. Okay. I think that was the end of the red right there. I think they were definitely organized by color, and I probably messed it up a little bit, but that's okay. More white cards. Chronicles. Healing Salve, the old 3 cycle from back in the day, Disenchants. What else we got here? Another glyph from Legends. Okay, you get one of each color. Priests, Fallen Empire stuff, Portal stuff. Versus Saga Disenchant, great art. I love the art on that Disenchant Mirage. Mirage art was insane. Okay, scrolling through more revised stuff. 4th edition, Fallen Empires. That's how simple it was back in the day. Just a 3 mana, 2/3 creature. Wall of Swords. I love this art. I actually have an alpha copy of this. I bought it years and years ago just because I thought the art was cool. Nice. Beautiful card. Oh, nothing there. Death Ward's actually a common, I believe. Oh, the Dark, the Squire. Okay. 2 mana for a 1/2. Yep, just a base vanilla card there. Adura's Crusade. This is actually a good hit. I think this is actually maybe a $5 hit. Okay, that'll work. That's what I mean. Like it's pickable. This is like already I'm gonna say this is a success as far as like finding a pickable collection, because I mean, so far, this was just the first row from the first video of just the pickable things. And I've already got a bunch from this row. So there's gonna be a lot to go through and scan of the easily identifiable pickables. But there will be more, I'm sure, that I missed. I'm sure people are like watching this, like screaming at me going, dude, you missed so many. I'm hoping I did, because I'll find them later. Let's see, Mirage stuff. Odyssey, a lot of commons, a lot of... Oh, there's a rare. Dominaria's Judgment. Okay. Any rares we pull, obviously. Oh, 7th edition, where are your foils? That would be so crazy. Snipers from Lorwyn. 5th Dawn. The Stalwart, so cost to play it. Reveal Kithnery card. Yeah, I'm guessing probably not. Purity, it's a rare. Take it. Nemesis stuff. Mirage, Alliances. Nothing crazy here. The white section wasn't too good. But there were some things. Okay. Rolling out about halfway through this section now. I'll probably do it same as before. I'll probably make this end up being like 3 videos long, just for, you know, the length of it. COPs. Strike. Weatherlight's a tough one. Ristic Shield. Wrong Ristic. Oh, another foreign blackboard. These are cool. I mean, these foreign blackboards. I'm guessing these are probably 4th edition, not revised. I'll have to look them up later. Again, probably not very sought after for that card specifically, but it's still a cool pull. Oh, Disenchants. A lot of playables. Yeah, I think that there's going to be a lot of stuff here. If I were to like scan all this and put it into TCG Player Direct or something like that, I'm sure I could move a lot of these singles for... Dude, honestly, the thing is, Eye for an Eye and Blessing, I think those are both rares. A lot of smalls here, but I'm sure a lot of things that could go for, like, again, quarter, 20-cent cards, 50-cent cards, things like that on TCG Player Direct. And that's the way you can actually make like a lot of money out of a lot like this, especially if they're playables. Like something like this, I mean, no one's ever going to play that, but some things are. Another Dominaria's Judgment, another rare. COP Blues, another Dominaria's Judgment, another one of those. It's 3, I think, of those. Mirage Healing Salve. But you can't beat the art from back in the day. Radiance Judgment, Visions cards, Weatherlights. No. Look at that. That looks... Isn't that... Look how faded that looks. That looks really faded. Is that just me? Like, look at that. That looks almost like an artifact color. I like that. I'm going to put that aside. I don't know. Something about it. I like it. All right. On to the second half. 7th edition rare, Sacred Ground. Pair of them. Invasion rare. Ooh. Oh, man. Those are sweet. Old tokens. Is this, again, I think I want to say unglued. Old tokens, man. Those are sweet. My favorite one they have is a zombie one. Oh, it'd be cool to see that. That's a nice little bonus right there. Not sure how valuable they are, but I'm going to go for it and say, I'll pull them. Going through more commons. Those were nice little pulls right there. Nothing there. Fallen Empires. Really nothing seen Fallen Empires. Yeah, that faded card looked really interesting. I'm curious about that. Pearl cards. Okay. Nope, yeah, okay. Make sure I put these in the right piles. All right. Odyssey. A lot of Visions. Tempest stuff. Like 5,000 Disenchants in this collection. So, again, I mean, those do sell for a little bit here, a little bit there. So it's worth listing them. It really is. People will grab them when they're making decks. A lot of COPs, more Disenchants. Lance, uncommon, revised. Sarah Angel, classic art right there. Absolutely incredible. Yeah, I gotta look at the alternate force stuff. I used to be familiar with what to look for, but it's been a long time, so I have to do my research again. I know it has to do with like the purple around the circle of it, and it has to be a certain, you know, color and all that, but it's been a long time, so I have to start over again with my research. All right, we keep rolling through. A lot of white in this box. Castles, a lot of revised stuff. Spirit Link. That's a cool card. I'm not really going to pull it. But reverse damage, that's a rare. I know that much. Reverse damage again, that's a rare. Okay. Glorious Anthem. That's a good little pullable rare right there. That'll work. Glorious Anthems again. There's a Saga, 3 of them. Sarah Angels. Look at that. That's awesome. Absolutely gorgeous. 2 more 4th edition Sarah Angels and 2 revised ones. Back in the day, man, that was it. That's what it was all about, was these. Fantastic. If you're building an Angels deck, if you're building a commander deck of Angels, like, you put it in there for the flavor. You just do it. Torment. Angel of Retribution. 7 mana, 5/5, flying for a strike. We'll take a playset, I guess, of rares. Avatar of Hope. We'll take that. Island Sanctuary. That's a great card. A little protection. Always like those. Again, small, cheap hits, but, I mean, it all adds up here. A couple bucks here, a couple bucks there. It makes it worth it. Gangrenous Goliath. Okay, it's a rare. Way more rares in here than I thought. That's the good thing. You know, you hope you find a couple, and you figure they'd be bulk, but this is full of rares and just little small things. More Lorwyn stuff. A lot of changelings. Oblivion Rings. Yeah, you know what? Like, I wasn't sure. Glorious Anthem again. I think that we got like 4 or 5 of those now. A lot of times, like when I go through a lot of these collections, I will, I have to kind of make a decision at the end of it. Is, you know, when you have all the stuff that you've picked through and kind of the bulk, like, do you just sell it as like a bulk lot? Do you sell it all as singles? And it's kind of always the tough decision to figure out. Kudzu's are rare. Web is a rare. Carnivorous Plant. It's a bulk dark card, but it's from the dark. It's pretty cool. So that's kind of the decision too, is again, how much time do you really want to put into it? And that's always the tough decision, is really, you know, again, how much time do you want to put into all the bulk stuff? For some people, there's another web, it's a rare. It's, you know, if you want to do it piece by piece and all these nickels and dimes, you can do it. Wild Growths. You know what? They're only worth like a quarter, but they're definitely pullable. They're playable for sure. And I'm always on the fence about that. Love the Crawl Worms. I'm always on the fence when it comes to that. It depends. Rampant Growth. Take those for sure. Because while I like to, you know, try to get my value out of it for sure, then you have to really determine, you know, what's worth your time when it comes to like selling all that really, really small stuff. Or if it just becomes part of your collection, that's even better, because you don't have to worry about it. You can just keep it in the box, throw it as part of your collection, and then deal with it whenever. But, you know, I'll probably keep some things I can use from decks for myself and just get rid of the rest. Just depends on how I want to do it. Pure Lace, a very, very, very bulk rare right there. Tempest, Warmth. Okay, Odysseys. Unlimited. There we go. Another one. Nice. So second unlimited card. This one's definitely got some wear. For those that don't know, okay, here's a good example. If you're not familiar with old cards, so a lot of people mix up revised and like 4th edition revised and unlimited. Here's the best way to look at it. Unlimited, revised. I mean, you can tell, number one, by the coloring. It's a lot darker for unlimited, but look at the actual text box. The writing is a lot different, and it's bigger, it's bolder, and they you know, when you put them side by side, it's easy to tell. If you're new to it, you're not sure, you know, you have to learn. I hate to say it, but you gotta try to figure it out. Kismet, I think, is an uncommon. Oh, Remove Enchantment. This is actually a nice little card from Legends. Again, probably like a $1 card, but 100% pickable. Chronicles Personal Incarnation, I believe that's a rare. And a Dark Festival. Again, very, very much a bulk card. But any of the 4 Horsemen sets, I'm going to pull them. No Arabian Nights yet, though. That would be really nice to see those. Seer the Archers. Yeah, and this is definitely one, like, a lot of small stuff. It might be worth just listing it card by card over time. Obviously, it would take a while, but it might be worth it. Anywhere else, I can always use those. Changelings. It's a dragon. Sapling Symbiosis, nice rare from Invasion. Take those. Snake Pits. A lot of pullables, man. Emperor Crocodile. I don't remember that one. Mirrodin. The Vorak. Warrior token from Lorwyn. These are actually definitely pickable tokens for sure. Like those. The arts are insane on those. Time Spiral. Love the variety of sets, though. It's super good. And I think I see more Unglued coming up. Crows and Grips. That's a pullable for sure. It's a usable card. Verdant Embrace. Briarhorn. It's a changeling. It's a dragon. Squirrel Farm. More Unglued stuff. It's a rare. I'll pull these rares. The commons, not so much. Unless it has a crazy good art or something. Gerrymandering. Elvish Impersonators. That's funny. Oh, that's great. I like that. I'm going to pull it just because. Verdant Force, Tempest, very destroyed. Copyright there. I'm going to pull that. I'm not sure if it's a rare or not. Thalids. Pretty much anything Fallen Empires, I'm almost not even going to look at. It's just terrible. You know, there's a couple cards to look for Fallen Empires, but overall, it's just kind of trash. Living Artifact, I think that's a rare. Tsunamis, Regenerations, Classic Sprites. Okay. I like that we're getting into the green now. There's a lot of white cards there. All right, a few more stacks of this lot. And then we'll be 2/3 of the way through your collection. Channels, yeah, we'll pull those. Revised, 4th edition. Again, there's the difference. So you kind of have like, definitely the smaller border, obviously, when it comes to Revised or 4th edition. You can see the brightness of the colors. There is no date in Revised. There is dates and stuff in the bottom for 4th edition. But, you know, if you're not familiar with those kind of things, I always say, like, go buy some cheap unlimited cards. Go buy, you know, everyone should buy, like, a cheap alpha card, a cheap beta card, a limited card, just so you can compare it. You can buy, you know, even like a cheap alpha card for like 20 bucks. And that way you can compare it to something else. Killer Bees, there's a classic. Bulk rare, but I'm pulling it. Spore Clouds. Someday Spores will make a comeback. I tell you what, all these Fallen Empire cards are going to be millions of dollars. No, they're not. Definitely not going to. Not worth millions of dollars. A lot of Thalids. Yeah, Fallen Empires, I'm not really even going to go through it. Time Shifted, that's kind of cool. Penleven Elder. All these elves are probably pretty good. Again, Thelon of Havenwood. Oh, I see another foil. It's like there's been like one foil in like each color, which I'll take it. I didn't expect any. Gaia's Touch from the Dark. That's actually a good one right there. And we got a foil. Apocalypse. Common Lay of the Land. Again, the foiling is just like perfect. No clouding at all. Search library for a basic land. Reveal that card, put it in your hand. Okay. Gorgeous. Hey, dude, that's an old foil that I will absolutely take. All right. That's 4 we found now, I think. I think it's been like one of each color. Okay, we roll on. Shrinks, shrinks, shrinks. A lot of shrinks. Rampant Gross, Tempest, 100% pull those out. Hush, Elves, Hush, Toads, other things. Elves? Yeah, we'll pull the Choir on Elves. Why not? Explorers, Cavus, Battle Mages. Nothing too crazy there. Heroes, they're playables. Again, these are those things where it's like you have to, as I said before, you determine if it's worth your time to sell these singles as they are and teach two-player direct or however you do, or play sets or something like that. You know, it might be one of those things. I feel like I pulled Living Artifacts. Scaled Worm, I'm pretty no, that's not a rare. Lurgoyf, classic. Crawworm, the old big card from back in the day. Lots and lots of Crawworms. Nice. Village Elder from Mirage. I don't think so. Dark card, yeah, Scavenger Folks. Nice. Regrowth, classic from Revised. Deadly Insects. So no like huge hits in here this bulk yet, but like again, like a crazy amount of pickables. Wow, that's a lot of Thalids. That is a lot of Thalids. All right. There's probably like 50 Thalids in this box so far. All right, this right here is the last stack of this side. And then we'll end this video and make part 3 for the last one because I don't think anyone wants to see an hour-and-a-half long video. That'd be a little too, oh, okay. That'd be a little too much. Giant Growth. Earth Lores. Toads. Spike Feeders. Yeah, I don't think that there was any, like, you know, again, like saying, like, finding heuristic studies and something like that. I think this was picked through to find all that kind of stuff. But they left some good stuff behind. Charmed, hey, Rampant Gross. We'll always take those. Super playable Sky Shroud Ranger, Sky Shroud Elf. How about Sky Shroud Claims? That'd be nice. Any Sky Shroud Claims? That'd be cool. Blade Druids. Hey, Rampant Gross. Pull those. Absolutely. River Boa. All right, last little stack here of green. So we haven't seen artifacts or lands yet, so I'm hoping. I think that's all we haven't seen yet, so I hope we see it there. Generations, Druids, Silk Nets, Rancors. Hey, we'll pull those. Those are usables. Absolutely. A lot of Llanowar Elves. Drummers, Hush. Symbiosis, Jaguars. I was hoping I see a few Sky Shroud claims, but oh, I'm actually passing by rarity. I'm not looking at the rarity symbols. The Elemental and your Avatar of Might. Prophecy and Mercadian Masks, okay. Hectics, Respites. Sanctuaries, more plane shift stuff. Still Life Lulls, Herders, Tree Folks, Rites of Spring. We'll pull the Elves. I think we were pulling the Quirion Elves before. Love the revised stuff, man. Looks super cool. And Gaia's Herald for a rare in the end of that row. All right, so that ends row number 2. That's going to end part 2 of this collection. So yeah, this was the first row. This is all the ones I figured were pullable, were at least worth like 50 cents or something like that, maybe even a few bucks. And here is the second row of all the pullables. Again, without scanning anything, just basically on my eye and memory. So that's pretty good so far. That's a few hundred cards already. So, all right, I'm going to stop this one, and then I'm going to make part 3 next.